Welcome, Railer wrestling fans, to Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium. And we're not here for basketball tonight. We're here for some wrestling. The sectionals are going to go on, and you're going to see the Lincoln Raiders take on Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs, a tough wrestling school.
Yeah.
I'm joined by Marty Ryan and Walt Landers. We're going to talk to Walt. We got about 15 minutes before wrestling starts. We're talking with Walt Landers. Walt, you've been messing with this wrestling program for how many years? Since you were involved in that.
Basically since I was in junior high. Either I was wrestling or being involved in some way or another, either helping coach or wrestling myself or helping do anything that needed to be done.
Did you have a break there when you got out of high school and you were wandering aimlessly in the world that you weren't involved, and all of a sudden you said, hey, I'm going to get back into it?
Yeah, not very long.
Because
not very long.
You've been a mainstay.
Took enough time to get married.
Yeah.
So after that.
And have little Zach.
Zach and Carmen jumped right back in. We'll be celebrating our 34th wedding anniversary coming up March 15th. So
and wrestling
she's
longer.
Still putting up with me.
and that's number 2, right? 34 years. She's second behind wrestling in years.
Well, I'm not going to say that. She puts up with a lot, and she's been really good to me. So.
I know. I go over and argue with her every once in a while over there at the courthouse.
Yeah.
City Hall.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you got started back when, throw some names at us that were back when, like helping out with wrestling.
Well, and a funny story, when I first started coaching at the junior high, that was one of the first stints I had back in '93.
Obviously Mahomet-Seymour.
Right, yeah.
And he was a good wrestler back when.
Yeah.
So you taught him well.
Well, I had a little part in it. I just let him beat up on me a little bit.
Well, so as time progressed, you ended up kind of running this kids wrestling program, and how long has that been?
Yeah, I did a couple stints at the junior high. I was in and out a couple times. When my son got old enough to wrestle at the junior high, I coached at the junior high for I don't know how many years, but I was involved there for a while until my son, it was probably about 2000, graduated, went to high school. I coached one more year there at the junior high with Coach Dawson, and we went from a really good team to a not so good team in very few numbers. And it had been mentioned a few times when we wanted to start an Illinois Kids Wrestling Federation program for the younger kids and try to get them experience before they got to that level. So I went to Coach Gardner, Brad Gardner at the time. I said, Brad, if we want to do this, I'll take care of it. I'll run it. That was in 2002. So this is our 17th year with the club. This was our this was our 13th or 14th year for the Railer Rumble tournament that we have every December. So
that's a huge tournament. I mean, in the state of Illinois, the Railer Rumble, so that's a big deal, right?
We generally will have between 425 to 450 kids. We've had as many as 500 at one time, and that was a little too much. Not enough parking and seating and things like that. But I was told that the Railer Rumble is the single largest event that takes place at this school. One-day event. So
it's grown.
A youth wrestling tournament. Yep.
Yeah, I can't give you enough kudos for jumping into that, sticking with it. How many more years you got in you? Another 25, probably?
We'll see. I ain't ready to hang it up yet, so I'm going to be around for a while in one fashion or another. So.
And how exciting is it to see to come out here now and see this sectional happen? And the last time was 1984.
It's great. It's awesome. These kids that are juniors and seniors this year, there's a few of them that I coached when they were 5 or 6 years old, and been involved with them ever since. And their families, and some of the best friends I've got, and they're just like family to me. So
makes it family, doesn't it?
You watch things get better every year. It makes you feel good. You have a few setbacks, but you don't quit. You just keep pushing forward and trying to do the best things you can for the program and the kids. It all comes down to the kids. Hopefully they learn a little bit about wrestling, but more about life and have some fun on the way. So it's just not about the sport. It's about developing good quality young people, whether they might be a man-made or a sister of a wrestler or a wrestler. It's just about being involved and trying to be a good role model and being able to help them develop. So
jump in and let one of your counterparts come on here. Richard Dawson. No, Alex Dawson. He's going to come in and sit with us.
Just want to mention one more thing before I get off the air here. We have 7 former youth wrestlers in the lineup tonight. 7 youth wrestlers, and out of the lineup, I've coached at least 8 of the kids at some point or another in their career. So whether it's been at the junior high or the youth program, so that's kind of the reason why you do things like this. And you're around to see these kind of things.
And you've got an investment in this.
Oh yeah, a lot.
Well tonight.
All right,
thanks for coming on with us.
Thank you, guys.
We're hearing from Walt Landers, been running this youth program for a long time. We're about 10 minutes away from wrestling, and we're going to be joined now by another guy that's actually dedicated a lot of his life into this wrestling program in Lincoln, and that became famous this year, right? You said retirement, and everybody said, "Oh gosh, where's he going?"
I know.
So how many years?
25 years.
25 years.
25 years and counting.
And counting. And so tell us about how'd you get involved in the program way back when?
Way back when? Well, I started in Chicago High School. I started wrestling in high school as a freshman and came down here, went to Lincoln College, finished the last 2 years at Chicago State, and figured since the sport done so much for me that I would give back to my community. Since I was living down here in Logan County, I took up coaching and wrestling.
Yeah, who's your coach at Lincoln College?
Rex Graham.
Rex Graham. I wish he was here. He'd be a fun interview. Girls wrestling at college.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I heard also.
Yeah, we should get him on here for a little interview. So, did you just jump into the junior high? Somebody call you or something? Or?
Rich Moncom was actually running the program, and I went to one of his practices and realized that they needed a coach.
I think that was my era. What year did you start coaching?
25 years ago.
It had to be me, because we were there. I started in 7th grade of the junior high, and it was you and Rich.
Yeah.
And I think by the last year, it was just you, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, he wore his Packers Zumba pants in our team photo, I remember.
Rich did?
Oh, yeah.
That's some good stuff.
He's a good guy, but the program needed a coach.
Rich, we're going to find that picture of you in those Zumba pants. I think I had some, but they weren't Packers. Yeah. So as you look back on this, you got a pretty much a vested interest in this right here tonight, don't you?
Yes. At least 7 kids I personally coached are on the starting lineup tonight, and a couple of them are seniors this year, and I'll get to see them off.
Well, I say we were talking with Walt about how long you've been around and how many kids you've watched come through the program, and how long it's actually been since Lincoln's been to a sectional.
Man, really, this is the first time in
1984. I was talking about, and our fault. I was trying to find some of that, and and time gets away from you. Guys got a job, and you see, a guy like you should have looked all that stuff up because you don't have a job.
Call me, man. I've done work for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got busy and didn't get to it, but I would like to have had all those guys' names. But you got some kids sitting around here, like we were just talking about Michael Petro in here from years ago, and he's got a son over here at Mahomet-Seymour that we have to kind of cheer for. Maybe not really tonight, but gotta hope that kid does well.
I wish we'd have matched up against either of the other 2 teams. The Mahomet matchup is tough.
Mahomet's a tough team, but I mean, if you want to get further, advancement, you gotta beat somebody good.
Beat somebody to get there.
Exactly right. Yeah. So as you watch this, and you've been watching Mahomet-Seymour, obviously from the junior high level, it's a pretty good team tonight. We're going to see, isn't it?
Yes. They got some quality kids. Very tough.
So now, is your retirement for real? You're done?
We'll see.
Do we have someone that's taking over the junior high program?
That's the problem.
Okay. So I think you might be back for another year.
I think you might be correct.
I was wondering that. We're about 5 minutes away from wrestling. I know you're excited, so we just want to tell you thanks for all. You're helping some kids out, straighten them out in life, and send them on the right road.
Oh yes, sir. That's the goal. To reach one, teach one.
Well, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We're
gonna sit Danny Fulcher down for a second. He's got nothing to do. Thanks for joining us, Alex. Joining us now is the legendary Danny Fulcher. Danny just happened by here. We didn't know if he'd show up or not. That was funny, huh?
That was funny.
Danny, as you know, is an elite official besides a male model most of his life. And I saw you this weekend down at that state tournament, wandering around. You've got some nice clothes. Who dresses you?
Oh, you know Fran. No, hey, you know,
Fran does take care of you.
I told him 2 more payments and I own all the suits.
Well, hey, I know you've been involved with Lincoln Wrestling forever also, and this is a big night tonight to have sectionals here. You've got a lot invested in it, watched all these kids all these years. Just wanted to say hey to you and say thanks for all that you've done with the wrestling program all these years.
Thank you, and thank you for being here. You know, I mean, excitement. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Lincoln's got it going on. Kids program with Walt's going, junior high, 30-some kids out. Look at what Lincoln's doing here right now. The electricity here. This is fabulous. They're going to see some wonderful AA, AAA wrestling here tonight. And thank you for being over there at Champaign.
Well,
thank you for the support.
We'll thank our sponsors. Yeah, it's fun going over Champaign. You know, when you're cool and you get to walk around like that, it's fun.
And when you get a little bit gray, we got to put the gray in our hair every morning when we get up. But
yeah, I'm still putting it in. I hate people thinking I'm 30. I'm not.
All right. Hey,
hey, Danny, thanks for all that you've done. Stick around. We may have you on later. You never know.
Never know. Thank you.
Next week at Preston Arena. They are coached by Walt Landers.
Do you want me to? Are you
Their opponents will be the Rail Splitters of Lincoln. They have a record of 14-9. They are coached by Justin Dietrich.
Okay.
On mat 2, a 2A matchup. You'll meet a Greenway on mat 2. They have a record of 17-2. They are coached by Brett Porter. Their opponents will be the Knights of Troy Triad. They have a record of 15-7. They are coached by Russell Winston. On mat 3, a 3A matchup will be the Tigers of Edwardsville. They enter with a record of 26-2. They are coached by John Wagner. Their opponents will be the Porters of Lockport. They enter with a record of 19-0. They are coached by John Oster. At this time, we ask that you please rise as you are able. Face the colors for the playing of our national anthem.
We'll go live after this. Welcome back, wrestling fans. Joe Ryan. We are Matt side with Marty Ryan, and we're joined by Nick Morphew, which is an oxymoron. Nick does some broadcasting over at Mahomet-Seymour for their wrestling program. He's going to step in tonight, tell us a little bit about a Mahomet-Seymour wrestler when they take the mat, and help us out a little bit with the broadcast. Thanks for coming on, Nick.
Yeah, headed for tonight's duel between 2 Apollo Conference foes.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be interesting. You know, we haven't had Mahomet-Seymour. You've had been a very successful team over the past couple decades, as far as I know. Mm-hmm. This is our first sectional appearance since 1984, so big deal over here in Lincoln.
Yeah. Congratulations to Lincoln for getting here after such a long drought. But yes, Mahomet has been very successful. They're actually vying for their 18th dual team trip.
Wow.
They have 11 trophies, and 4 of them have been championships. So
wow.
They're looking for their 3rd trip under head coach Rob Ledden.
Was it Coach Kelly before then?
There have been a few. There's Kelly, Marty Williams.
The brother.
Yes, for coaching for Mattoon.
I always remember Brett Camden wrestling when I was younger.
Yes.
Like at 125, and he was tough. Stand up and chest all out. remember Brett or no? That's way back before you were born, probably. Well, we're waiting the wrestlers right now. Who's first up over there, Marty?
We're going to start at 285 tonight. A couple of heavyweights. We got Seth Buchanan, who's a state qualifier, won a couple matches over there for Mahomet-Seymour. Fure. Buchanan went 40-7. So pretty solid wrestler there in Buchanan. And again, the scoring's a little bit different tonight. Normally, wrestling's such an individual sport. It's team tonight. So we'll kind of keep you updated on where the team points are at tonight. But it's a pretty good atmosphere, and I'd say we got two 2A teams. We've got a 3A school, a couple 3A schools going at it behind us, some good wrestlers. So should be an exciting night of wrestling.
It'll be a fun evening, and let's go. Big Jake, baby, let's go. Good football player, looking to play some college football. Here we go. Wrestling is underway. Big guys want to fill each other out here for a little bit.
Kind of feeling each other out early. Tries getting down to the double. Jake's got the underhooks in. See if he can try and get some elevation, maybe clip one of those heels. Try and get that double underhook in, but Mahomet Buchanan does a good job getting out of there.
Yeah, he was able to keep his hips down, pinch his elbows together, and get out of that double over situation.
What's Buchanan like to do here? Is he a throw guy? Is he?
He just works the whole time. So he attacks legs. He does throw bys, slide bys.
Ooh, almost had a fireman there.
Yep.
Got an over under there. That's in an Iowa position. He's got it locked up now. Maybe got a cradle if he can tilt it back. I tell you what.
There you go. Step around, get through.
He'll get the takedown at least. He'll put him up 2-0. It's hard to see the clock here. I think we might. Jake will take the 2-point lead here with a nice takedown. Got some good defense there fighting off the carry, or the fireman's carry. Got Buchanan flattened out now. He's trying to get maybe a 2-on-1 going here.
One of Seth's key qualities that comes in helpful at heavyweight is he can fight off his back and stay alive. Yeah, he's a football player. I forget. I think he plays defensive line for the Bulldogs.
He's not a running back if he is. 20 seconds remaining in the first period. He's attempting an escape.
Buchanan's working those hands pretty good, trying to break that grip.
Might be a stall call here.
Turns evasive, nothing awarded yet, and then they're giving the one. So give me escape here. A few seconds left in this first period. 2-1 Railers. See if somebody gets some offense here to finish the period.
5 seconds. That's going to be the end of the first period. Benner with the lead, 2-1. Let's go, Jake. He looks tired.
But Mahomet got the toss. He'll defer. Vinegar looks at Dietrich. Dietrich's going to call neutral. So he likes a shot here on his feet.
Yeah, Seth's pretty solid on top, so I think that was a pretty strategic decision to go neutral.
Yeah, that'll wear you out pretty fast. You get a 285 pounds on top of you.
Exactly, yep.
If you're a wrestler in this sectional, you want to go out first and get your jitters out of the way. You want to sit over on that bench a little bit and get ready.
Well, I've always been a lightweight, and back in the day they didn't draw for weights, so I was always one of the first up. So that's fine with me to get out there.
Yeah, and it always comes on their shoulder, so I'm sure these guys are nice.
Get it out of the way.
Whatever happens, it's not going to come down to them, hopefully.
Yeah. Start the second period.
Trying to get that spin behind, gets his 2, and there it is. Works heavy on the head there. Jake's got to keep his head up off the mat.
These two met in the sectional, and Seth won by fall.
Oh, really? Well, he's got that in pretty tight. Both his shoulder blades are down. There's the pin. So Mahomet will get on the board early.
Good battle by Jake.
Seth Buchanan, Jake fought hard. But with the pin there by Buchanan, that's 6 points for Mahomet. So Mahomet will go up 6-0 early.
Yep.
So Lincoln's going to be fighting from behind.
I don't think the Mahomet staff was panicking after Seth gave up that first takedown. They just had to bide their time for him to get on top.
Say, now we jump from these heavyweights to these smaller guys, and now we're going to see some stuff.
Quick transition, yeah. So I'm guessing this is Noah Johnson from Lincoln. He's a freshman, 21-15 record. And for Mahomet, we've got Caden Hatton, who is 19-12. Also, I'm not sure what year he is. Looks like he's a freshman as well. So a couple of freshmen going at it here, both have winning records.
In the dual meet in January decision, major.
Okay.
Major decision. Well, these guys look tiny compared to those two that just left the mat.
Tiny and fast, yeah. Got some motors. A lot of action.
But anything can happen in the wrestling postseason.
Absolutely.
January was a month away.
Keep moving.
Working that head up top, trying to spin behind.
Yep.
Hatton's doing a good job of controlling the elbow here.
Oh.
Johnson's going for it.
He's got that head and arm behind that hip. If he can beat that arm, got good leverage to get the turn. And he's working it. Got plenty of time here. Now he gives it up and gives up the two. That's not what you want to see. Good position to get some points.
Hatton's really good with the legs in here, so that was a good position for him to fall into.
What do they call there, right? Mouthpiece?
The mouthpiece, yeah.
So Hatton likes to ride legs, huh?
Yes. And he's an undersized 106-pounder. I don't think he breaks 95 pounds too often. But he has done a really good job for the Bulldogs at 106 this year.
And how old is he? What year?
He's freshman.
Now he's got the wing.
He's running that, looks pretty tight as well. Noah's fighting here, trying to give those points. Well, we got about 50 seconds left, it looks like here.
Caden just needs to drop his hips down if he can. He's trying to. He can maybe put his knee in the side of the headgear and stretch that head away. That would also force that shoulder down.
Great position. That's tough there.
We're under 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Noah's got to keep fighting just a little bit longer. He's doing a good job.
They're going to give it to him.
And that was just tight. Hatton had that thing locked in tight and wasn't giving up. And for the Railers and for Mahomet, we've got Peyton Ragona, who is a junior with a 22-17 record. What happened regular season here?
Peyton won the matchup in a fall in 2 minutes and 26 seconds.
All right, well, we got to change the tide here.
Yeah, we got to turn something around here.
Ragona's usually pretty active on his feet. He likes to hit a lot of moves, and now he's got that hip toss.
Low hip toss. Nice. A lot of action there. No points awarded. We're going to go back neutral.
Great job by Walters rolling through there.
Yeah, rolled out of it. Nice work. Now we're going to bring Missy in.
Missy loves bloody noses. 3 matches deep, she's already got one.
She told me she wanted to make sure she got on the TV tonight, so there she is. Working on that nose.
Yeah, Peyton Ragona was a sectional qualifier for the Bulldogs, and it looks like Walters was as well for the Railers. I don't know if they met up in the sectional at all.
I don't know. I don't have that information.
Not sure.
But yeah, Mahomet's got a long history of having good wrestling teams. I remember when I was in high school, Mary Kelly was a big deal. She was probably the best female wrestler I've ever seen, and she was beating up boys all the time. None of us wanted to wrestle her.
Yeah, she's in multiple Hall of Fames, and now that the IHSA has women's wrestling as an emerging sport, maybe we can have some more Mahomet females.
Yeah, that'd be great.
What's she do these days, you know?
I think, I can't say with certainty.
I was wondering. She was tough. I'd forgotten about it. Mary Kelly was tough.
Yeah, she's a beast.
We're getting some blood cleaned up out there.
So
things taken care of.
Peyton Ragona usually has a lot of energy. What I have reservations right now is that he's too amped up and is going to go out there and getting a mistake.
Yeah, energy can be a bad thing at times, especially like you said, tonight's postseason. People are hyped up. He's got to plug that up with something. We got some more blood time going here.
We'll step up. We're minutes 37 left in the first period. Fighting some blood here. Throw some thank yous out there. Mark Gordon out there at Rock and G Land and Cattle. Berry Enterprises. Croft. Make sure and support our sponsors bringing this wrestling to you tonight. First time in session since 1984.
Would be his grandson, right?
Grandson.
Well,
when John ran it up.
Okay. So the coaching staff I saw was really trying to get Regona to be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Must be a pretty good youth program going on over there.
Yeah, our youth program went away for a few years, but it started back up, and now I am the current youth head coach.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, Regona got neck wrenched here off a double leg.
Walter, I tell you what, fighting for position. Wow. Nice bridge there by Walters. Wow, nice scramble.
Yeah, Regona was in on a deep double, and Walters hit a neck wrench, put Peyton in trouble.
2-0 here. Regona with the lead.
1 minute remaining, first period.
Regona's going to try and pull this half back on the mat, try and surfboard it. Nope.
Tried switching to a cradle there. Well, we're getting a lot of blood time over here. So regular season, did you guys win conference? I know Mattoon had a good team this year as well as they wrestle next to us.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome that 3 Apollo Conference schools have won their regional and are here at the team sectional.
Yes.
Mahomet actually finished second behind Mattoon. It was a close dual meet, I think 4 or 5 points. Mattoon has a lineup with a lot of state qualifiers, a couple state place winners, and that night the Bulldogs hung with them pretty well. So I think we have the 1, 2, 3 conference finishers here from the Apollo.
That's pretty cool.
Well, like that, we got to get this blood stopped. What's the rules on this? The time he's going to be allowed?
The trainer says it's stopped, and then the clock stops, and then it's just cleanup time. So the clock is stopped right now on his blood time, so it's just technically cleanup time right now.
And it's 5 total.
5 total minutes. Yep.
Tough to stop a bleeding nose in 5 minutes. Unless you lay down on your back.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
No, I think I probably wrestled 75% of my matches with something jammed at least one of my nostrils.
That's what happens. It's a tough sport. We didn't talk about your high school career, but successful?
I'm a Class A wrestler from a small community called Wrestler of the Year.
Nice. Oh, very cool.
And then I went on to their eyes are on Division I. Even great wrestlers who have great high school results want to test themselves in the Division I level, and I understand that, but there are awesome opportunities. You could have very fulfilling careers, Division III.
Absolutely.
And the key is to get that degree.
Yep.
Yeah, yes. Division III, there are no scholarships. We are true student athletes.
Should be scored, but it's only 2-0. A lot of scrambles.
A lot of rolling around by these two.
Prophetstown, that's where Jerry Shane was from.
That's what I thought.
Our head football coach for a while.
Oh, okay.
From there.
Keeping moving there.
Gosh, hang on.
Let's hope he doesn't run out of steam here. You got 10 seconds. You got to hang
10
on.
seconds. There you go.
Does a good job fighting out of it. He's going to give up 2 back points, but that's better than a pin right now.
4-zip score. We're going to reach the end of the first period. Tell you what, that was one long period.
Yeah, it was.
4-zip, Mahomet-Seymour in the lead, and they lead.
Neutral, but he's going to choose down. He's going to get up to his feet. He gets up.
Yeah, does a nice job. Gets hand control.
Breaks the grip. He's trying to face. They're going to go out of bounds. We'll have to start all over.
I don't know what would happen to me if you twisted my body around like that and threw me somewhere.
It's a lot easier when you're younger, I think. Yeah, caution there. He jumped on a little early.
Yeah, I'm 37 years old now, and my rule is I don't wrestle anyone heavier than me anymore.
I would pray for the bloody nose so I could take a break.
Walters does a good job getting to his feet again. He's back down. Regona used some leverage there to bring him back down. He's got him spread out here.
Yeah, use that Penn State back trip mat return. Regona likes halves and what I call chicken wings. You might call them bars.
Yeah, tell you what, he looks a little gassed, but maybe it's tough to breathe out of one nostril. I know that. Yep. Nice little back trip. What do you call that there? That little.
Yeah, so Penn State actually does that a lot. Just the Penn State back trip.
That's what I was wondering. When you said that, I was like, which one is it?
Yep, you step across and block their far heel and then sling them down.
1:11 remaining in the second period. Mahomet-Seymour leads 4-0 in this match.
Coach Lawrence out on the mat right now, who is a D1 national qualifier, which is pretty impressive for anybody.
Yes.
D1 tough kid. Well, he's a man now, I guess.
Walter's working hard to break that grip again, trying to push into his pocket. I want to separate the hands and step away, and he can't. Good mat return there by Ragona.
Walters has been doing pretty well off the whistle, but once he's got on the mat, he hasn't really been able to build his pace.
Yeah. Ragona's tough on top.
Yeah, Ragona's 2 supporting points were still in the mat. It's kind of surprising they called that off the mat. They were technically still in bounds. That's what Coach Letton is asking about.
I don't know that either one of those guys blew the whistle. I think the whistle came from somewhere else, to tell you the truth. I think the wrestlers quit. I'm guessing.
Well, he'll get 2 near fall points. So that brings the match to 6-0.
With 42 seconds left?
I believe so.
Yes.
In the second period?
So Ragona will stay on top here. Does a good job breaking Walters down. He's got that half in deep again. And that's tight. Walters is fighting there.
26 seconds remaining in the second period, and that's going to be a pin.
So overall, that's Lincoln trails 18-0 right now to Mahomet with 3 matches so far and 3 pins. We'll move on to 120 pounds with Isaac Decker, the freshman from Lincoln, who's 29-16, against Adam Pilashavsky.
Perfect.
A 7-27 record, and he is a junior. And I'll tell you what, from watching some new kids this year, this Decker from Lincoln I like a lot. I think he's a really tough kid. I'm not sure how long he's been wrestling, but he's got the tools. I think if he fine-tunes and works on some moves this offseason, he's got a lot of potential to be a really tough kid.
I think so, too. Tell us about the Mahomet-Seymour wrestler.
Well, Adam, I always say this on every broadcast. I give him a lot of credit. He came out first year ever wrestling as a sophomore. He's a junior now, so it's only his second year of wrestling.
Wow.
Takes a lot of courage to come out for a tough sport of wrestling when you've never done it before as a 15-year-old kid. So
Sure.
I mean, you know this as well as a wrestler, but it's a tough sport to jump into. I mean, when these kids are wrestling from 5 years up, and like you said, it does take a lot of courage to get out there, because if you get your butt handed to you, there's nobody to blame it on. There's no coaches to blame it on. That was just you and a guy your same size just handled you,
I personally, I'm a football guy, but I personally feel wrestling does so much for you as far as character-wise and, self-reliance, and you got to look at yourself and go, hey, I got to do this, I got to do something.
Yeah.
Great character builder.
My first year of coaching kids, and I've learned how complicated wrestling really is. When you coach at the high school level, usually kids come in and they
know something.
Yeah, and I thought I was starting on step 1 this year, but it was more like 3 or 4 for these beginning kids. There's so much to learn in wrestling, and then you just perseverance. I mean, every match you just have to overcome so much physical and mental pain.
Yep.
Right.
It is. I've had the opportunity to do a lot of different sports in my life, and there's nothing like wrestling. It is the hardest sport you can do.
Yep, and it is all on you.
And you don't know until you know. A lot of people can sit at home and like, why does he look so tired? I'm like, you have no idea what he's going through.
It was only 6 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Who couldn't wrestle for 6 minutes?
Yeah. The only sport I've found that might come closest to it is sevens rugby. That's all sprinting and tackling, and the physicality's there, but man, wrestling is something else.
Well, here we go at 120 with Decker and Pilashavsky.
Lincoln trails 18-0 to Mahomet-Seymour.
Pilashavsky
After doing a good job. Works hard.
So he's trying to bar that one wrist back.
Yeah, he's got a good build. You can see that he has room to definitely grow and be a really strong.
I think there's a lot of potential.
Yep.
He's got that bar. He's working on getting that other hand out, and there's the half. He's going to run that tight.
Lincoln needs a few pins. We need some pins.
Approaching a little high. There he is.
Approaching 1 minute in the first period.
Got his hips to the other side. He needs to come forward a little bit more. He's working on it. Doesn't look like a lot of fun.
No. Now that he's sitting on his butt, this should be close, but that left shoulder's still up.
Yeah, tight there. That might be it.
And there's Lincoln's first pin on the evening.
It's a big win for Lincoln. That gets us some points on the board, and it's 6 points at that for the pin. So as of now, 18-6 Mahomet-Seymour. Hopefully some momentum here going Lincoln's way thanks to Isaac Decker.
Looking over at the other 2A mat, Mattoon is leading 15-10 over Triad.
Good job, Decker.
Going to 126 here.
Would you
For Mahomet, sorry, it's Noah Schnepper, 23-10 record to forfeit.
Yep. They didn't have anyone in.
Senior had a 34-15 record this year, two-time state qualifier. Should be a pretty good match here on
should be a
paper.
good match.
This might be the match of the night. These two have wrestled 3 times. Yeah, Braden Heinold, a wrestler who's solid in every position. I think Bree has had the advantage when they're on the mat, though. So if Braden's going to win, it's going to be getting takedowns and not giving up reversals, only escapes.
Bree's been a solid wrestler all 4 years out here.
Took a long shot there.
Missed. Got out. 24-6 our score, and we approach the 1 minute mark of the first period.
Kind of feeling each other out.
I mean, from Mahomet's point of view,
We'll go back to the center. We're still in neutral, no points yet.
It's like about 20 seconds left first period.
Braden has good shots to either side, but we haven't seen him take one yet. Braden also has really good re-attack, so if you
Long arms and legs on him.
yeah, he grew up between his freshman and sophomore year.
It's the end of the first period. We're tied at 0.
I missed it. Did Bree choose down?
I'm assuming.
I missed it too. I know Bree's on bottom. I would assume he chose down.
Here's that reversal I was talking
The ankle tight waist. Gets one leg in. They're going to call potentially dangerous. That I believe. We'll start again.
1:45 remaining second period.
He's got the tight waist again. He's got the one arm barred. Looks like he's in good position to maybe run that.
Yeah, he's losing the wing there. Has the half on the far side. Braden's circling, trying to get his hips out. Now trying to cut across to the double. But Bree has a spladle. But Braden pops his head out and gets the 2-point.
It was close, yeah. There's 2 reversals to tie us up.
Tied at 2 and 1:10 remaining second period. 132-pound match.
Now Braden's turn to get the chicken wing.
Trevor's doing a good job there holding on to his own shin there, trying to prevent that arm from getting cranked behind him.
50 seconds left.
He's running it.
Wow, a 9-point swing.
Wow. Well, I feel for Trevor. He's been an outstanding wrestler in this program. Yeah.
I mean, that was completely because they've wrestled so much.
Yep.
Or 11 and 8. They bumped Graham up. They bumped Jaden Graham up. Sorry. So Jaden is a senior, a 19 and 20 record, and is this Logan Petro?
Yeah.
31 and 11. Petro, whose dad is a Lincoln alumni.
Oh, really?
I watched his dad as a heavyweight right on this very mat get the fastest pin in school history.
Nice.
My dad coached him in football, so yeah.
Coached him. He also a little kid.
He owns the local McDonald's in town as well. So.
Yep.
Love the Petros.
Yeah, and Logan has really improved quite a bit from his freshman year. He won the Prairie Central tournament, took second in our own Marty Williams invite. He's had a very good sophomore year.
He's got a good record. Was he a sectional qualifier?
Yes, sectional qualifier. I mean, you can see he's got length as well.
Yes,
for his
he
weight
does.
class.
His dad a pretty good wrestler.
I think he's deceptively strong as well.
It looks pretty heavy on the head there. I mean, when he ties up and gets onto it, not somebody you want wrenching on your neck.
Yeah, he's not afraid to do upper body stuff and go feet to back.
Graham, a great little athlete. Good football player. He's done a good job in wrestling. Like to see him get the victory here tonight. Lincoln needs it.
Petro with the go behind. Did these two meet regular season?
Let me see here. Yes, this was a fall in 123, and now Petro sunk a half and has Graham on his back.
Yeah, he did a good job getting that right or that left elbow across his body. Man, I tell you, it's been a pin fest tonight. It's been a pin for every decision so far. Unfortunately, only one of them has been for Lincoln.
Lincoln's way.
So now I'd like to point out that the magic number in wrestling is 43. If you can get to 43 points, you've won the dual meet. And the Bulldogs are currently at 36.
Congratulations, Jaden Graham. Excellent career out here at Lincoln High School.
Great, Jaden. So that brings us to 45 now, and Lincoln will send out their best wrestler, their junior, Austin O'Donohue, 43-5. He's a junior, two-time state qualifier. He's won a match each year, but he's had a hard time after that first round. And he'll be going against Chance Decker, 34-13, another very good record. He's a senior, sectional qualifier. I know I talked to Austin's dad. He said, don't sleep on Decker. He said he's a tough kid and should be a good match.
Yeah, he looks like he has length, too.
Yeah,
where are these kids coming from over here at Mahomet?
And then we have Gage Granadino coming up next with also some length. The thing about Chance Decker is he might be unorthodox, but he can catch an arm and a head and pin people out of nowhere. You cannot count him out of the match. He's 10th on Mahomet's all-time pin record.
No kidding.
Yeah, so a storied program like Mahomet, Chance Decker is...
That's pretty impressive.
It's 10th.
O'Donohue, I call him a seasoned veteran, as many matches as he has had and won.
What I like about O'Donohue, he's solid in every position, but man, he works hard for 6 minutes. And hustles.
Yes, he does.
And he's known him for a long time, but a good kid who puts in the work. I mean, in the off season, he's going to camps. He's going to every state you can think of, working with different people. I know he works quite a bit with T.J. Williams and over in Tremont. And I mean, he deserves the accolades he's earned, and we'd like to see him advance a little further at state next.
I don't know, 8 years old. Marty and I went with him to a KISS concert.
Yeah, had him on my shoulders for about 2 hours.
So you see O'Donohue cut Decker. I don't think he wants anything to do on the mat, because that's when Decker can slip something and catch you on your back.
Wondering about that.
Yep.
He'll get another 2 there. I think the coaches are screaming, let him up, but it couldn't be wrong.
4-1, O'Donohue, and we are at 30 seconds remaining in the first period. 1:45.
And he's going to cut him again.
Yep. Chance is hoping for a scramble, so O'Donohue has to be really clean in everything he does.
No points yet. No points yet. Nothing yet. Wow. We got about 10 seconds left here.
Yep. 10 seconds in the first period.
O'Donohue, you got to hope for a stall at this point, or stalemate.
Yep, 3 seconds.
I don't think Decker knows that he missed his takedown.
There we go.
Decker transition.
4-2 is our score.
Wow. Yeah, Decker transitioned to the butcher, or that trapped arm, a little too quick and didn't secure his takedown.
It was close. I mean, either way, both wrestlers were close, but yeah, no points awarded. Coach may want to have some words.
Yeah. I thought that he paused enough to have a takedown, but the ref thought that he just continued around the head too quickly.
We get Danny Fulci over here for a ruling.
Call into the booth for
O'Donohue over Decker. Decker's on bottom position right now.
Start the second period.
This match in the dual meet, O'Donohue had the major decision wrapped up, but Decker came back in the third period and got some momentum.
He's doing a good job tonight.
Chance is a senior, an honor student.
Like to see that.
Yep. You need those grades.
Yep.
Austin's got his left leg inside, posting up the right. Thought he might try and slip in, but he's not going to.
Minute 20 remaining, second period action.
Austin likes getting the one leg in and then trying to bar that arm behind her.
Yeah, and he has to be careful here with Chance. He's flexible and slippery in these positions.
Yeah, if you get too high where Austin's at.
Looks like he might be wanting to cut him now.
It's going to make our score 4-3. 1 minute remaining, second period. O'Donohue leads 4-3.
Chance really likes to keep that elbow and go to the fireman's or then the short carry option. Chance working the underhook right now though, but doesn't have the head position correct.
About 30 seconds left here. Second period. Austin gets a nice little outside single. They'll get him his 2 there. 5-3 lead for O'Donohue. He's got a cradle tied up, I think, here. He's going to try and elevate that leg and get him to his back. But
I actually rode with Chance's dad here tonight, and we were talking about this. Chance can slip out of cradles and catch people. So if Austin gets another cradle, it might
be careful, Austin.
Yeah, be careful.
I tell you, it sounds like a nightmare to wrestle. You know,
Yes.
you got a cradle locked up, and it's like, it's bad position.
Yep.
5 seconds remaining. It's going to be in the second period. O'Donohue leads 6-3. We want to give a shout out to Andy Ryan, tuning in from downtown Denver, Colorado tonight.
All right,
Tuning in to watch. Keith, tuning in to watch Austin O'Donohue.
Austin's got the fireman. Gonna transition into the. Keep running that. He's got him. Almost had him stacked up there.
Slippery, you're right, boy.
But he sinks the half right away.
There's the reverse half.
We need the pin.
Got plenty of time here.
1:25 in the third period.
He's getting some back points here, but we really need to get that pin if you're a Raider fan.
Yeah, we need the pin. Those toes, one of those toes.
He'll get the major decision with these back points at least.
Got a score of 4.
Oh. Yeah. Got him in good position now. He's got to get that tight. Got about a minute left here in the second. Yeah, I tell you what, he's tough to pin down. Declan's doing a good job fighting off of his back. Austin's working every bit of leverage he can get. If he can get that head lifted up, keep that pressure on his left shoulder.
Yeah, there's a lot of real estate to cover there on Chance Decker trying to get all those limbs off the ground, but this is tight.
Oh, he's close.
30 seconds remaining.
He's close. I tell you what, that Decker's left arm's got to be screaming.
And we're at 20 seconds. O'Donohue trying for the pin. Leads 8-3.
That's tight. That's got to be it there. You don't want to get too high here and get rolled through, but don't let him roll through.
Decker gets off his back. Wow. Oh, not yet.
Oh.
There he does.
Yep. He sure did. Wow.
Well, he lived up to.
Major decision to the Railers. 4 more points.
It's going to push our score to 36-10, Mahomet-Seymour. And it kept us alive. We're not to that magic 43 yet.
Not to the magic number yet.
A great match, both guys, baby.
Rookie year is great. Nice job, Austin. Gage is a state qualifier, 152 pounds. He's a junior, again, 38-11. And I believe he's probably going against Brandon Schweitzer, the senior from Lincoln, who's 23-18.
No, it's not Schweitzer.
No, I didn't even look up here. It could be Nathan with Gage.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get track wrestling to update here. Get a name.
I believe you want to imagine.
Yep. He lost to the Washington wrestler who went to place 4. I think they're very similar, and you could just trust them in just about every position on the mat.
See, a kid who's been wrestling a long time, I assume, then?
Yep.
Gets his first 2 of the match.
Gage really tough on top when he gets those legs in as well. Schweitzer and Ledage flip-flopped in the dual meet.
Uh-oh.
It's tight. Yeah, man. Nice pin there.
Yep, tough match. Again, length. Oh,
yeah.
Gosh.
And probably some experience. Dave's only sophomore.
That's going to push the score 42-10. Mahomet-Seymour.
What was our magic number? 43?
43. If Mahomet wins one more match, this dual meet is sewn up.
Will they, do you think they'll send out forfeits after that? Will they let the kids wrestle?
That is a great question. I don't know what Coach Len will do. Usually he's a straight up let's wrestle it kind of guy, but you have to be strategic in the postseason.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, Saturday is what you're focused on if you win one more match.
Yep. Come on, Schweitzer.
So we'll go to 60. So this is Schweitzer then.
Yep.
Brandon Schweitzer, who's a senior, 23-18.
Very athletic kid. Good football player.
Is this Hauser or Myers from Mahomet?
This is O'Donohue. Only got the major. This meet might already be wrapped up. I hesitate doing math on the air, but
I hesitate doing math anytime.
You're not going to have us try it.
yeah, I think this meet is already wrapped up. I think Lincoln can only score 30 more points, which would put them at 40-42.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but we are at home and we can't adjust scoring.
Yeah, one of the advantages.
That's called home field.
So the Bulldogs' time in Coach Rob Ledden's tenure, Coach Ledden has 400 career victories. This is his 401st career victory.
Wow.
And he has 252 victories at Mahomet to tie him with Rob Porter for the all-time school victory.
It's good company.
Yeah.
It's good company. I tell you what, speaking of coaches, we should give a shout out to the Lincoln coaches. Justin Dietrich stepped in here. I know Floyd B. ran this place for a long time, got me my first pair of wrestling shoes.
Yep.
Brad Gardner took over after that and did some great things. And Coach Dietrich came over from Olympia, stepped in here, and I tell you, the program was in rough shape for a long time, and now we've got our first sectional team in 30 years.
We got a couple of good assistants over there, and Sam McShane, a sectional qualifier. Like we said, Jason Lawrence, a D1 national qualifier, 3-time state qualifier. Some pretty good credentials over there, and I think they've got this program going the right direction. Come on, Schweitzer.
Yeah, I coached a long time for Champaign Centennial before moving to Mahomet, and I always had a lot of respect for the Lincoln program and their coaching staff.
Schweitzer's tied up now. He's trailing 2 back points.
20 seconds remaining, period 1.
That's a pretty fast kid, isn't it? That's what I've heard.
He's fast.
Awesome.
Good, nice.
Nice escape.
5-1 our score.
You talked about how Austin O'Donoghue puts in so much time in wrestling. I think it's always good to highlight the multi-sport athletes as well.
Sure.
Absolutely. As a former athlete and a coach over here for 20-some years, I mean, we multi-sport athlete. You get too many kids specializing these days, and definitely hurts them, I believe.
Yeah, specializing in wrestling at the youth level, I think, is a problem because there are a lot of kids that get burned out, or they just plateau by about their 8th grade freshman year, and then they have somewhat disappointing high school careers as a result.
Yeah, it's such a grinding sport. I mean, to do it that early, that often, it's tough not to get burned out on it.
We're at 155 remaining second period.
Yeah, looks about right.
Schweitzer trails 5-1. He's on the move now, though. Come on.
I'll try and get him back down to the mat here. Nice little sit out there.
Yeah, standing switch from Hauser.
Reversal will make it 7. Schweitzer needs to work here a little bit, get his head off the mat. Yep. He's still moving. Try sit. He can try that sit again and maybe get one of his arms behind him and grab a knee.
The Bulldogs will most likely wrestle Antioch this Saturday at 11 a.m. in Bloomington.
They're a good team. I saw them a lot this weekend down at State. I mean, there's a lot of Antioch kids.
Yeah, well, they have like 11 state qualifiers.
Yeah, they're a good team.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure the 2A is it. I'm assuming is Matt Toon the home team over there?
Yeah, I would assume they're green and Triad's red. It's 42-15. Yep. Yeah, that scoreboard's for the mat over there. Mattoon has a tough draw. They're going to face Lamont. Who had, I think, 5 finalists, 3 state chances.
Yeah, Lamont stacked.
I was over at State this weekend watching those Lamont kids walk around. They're loaded.
Yeah, they're saying this might be the year they end Washington's run. I know the Washington people. My girlfriend's from Washington. I know the fans over there aren't real happy about that, but Lamont's a pretty good team.
Approaching 30 seconds. 10-1. Schweitzer trails. Period 2. Gotta hope he can roll into something, maybe get a pin here.
He's going to get warned with stalling there. He's not doing a whole lot on bottom. I know he's tired. He'll try and get up to his base. He had some good sits, but he just get an arm behind, maybe try and get one of those knees.
Yeah, Hauser is really, he looks like a blanket out there.
Yeah.
Been riding and covering so well.
That'll end the second. Trying to see, looks like 10-1, I believe.
Yeah, 10-1 is our score. We're going to figure out what's going on. We're going to throw some thank yous out there again to the Rockin' G Land and Cattle, Barrick Enterprises, Crawford Light, our show tonight.
And I'd like to thank you guys for letting me hop on with you.
Absolutely.
And WLCN for letting a Mahomet guy do this.
We were a little nervous at first, you know. Yeah, no, we appreciate it. It was a nice addition to the broadcast. Hopefully we can do this again next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be awesome.
We'll just make it an annual thing.
Yeah, okay. I'm putting it on my calendar now.
10-1 our score still. Mahomet in the lead.
Hauser with a roll-through bar tilt. We've seen that a couple times.
Yeah, it was a nice move there. He's going to pick up some back points.
He's in tech ball territory now.
Minute 25 remaining. Third period.
Now is Lincoln, do they have an IHSA or is everything IKWF?
They do both. So we've got the junior high here. There's several, 6 or 7 grade schools, and they are all eligible to wrestle IHSA for the junior high.
Okay.
There's also an IKWF kids club as well. Which that's been relatively new. 10, 15 years maybe with IKWF, but we had the IHSA for a long time.
Our Mahomet IKWF kids go to the junior high in 6th grade, so our club's only K through 5.
Really? Okay.
And I think that the classes at the junior high right now also have a lot of promising wrestlers for the Bulldogs.
It's just always good. Whenever I hear Mahomet, I just think wrestling. When I was a kid, 2nd grade, I think I started.
Well, you know what? They've actually had some good basketball teams and some good football teams.
Yeah.
I believe that'll do it.
Tough fought match there by Schweitzer. He's a senior, had a great year, 23-18. Wish him the best of luck in college.
Yep.
Appreciate everything he did for the Railers out here on the mat.
And on the gridiron.
And still to go on the track, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Still heading the track. Good athlete. 47-10 is our score. Mahomet-Seymour leads. We got a few more wrestlers to go. We don't want to miss JT Gazzardo getting out there.
Yeah, it looks like Ledden's going to send his lineout up.
That's good to see. It's just a weird thing, like you said, with the forfeits. Is it a respect thing? Is it a strategic move? There we go. Because you got matches coming up in 4 days. But I'm glad they're letting the kids wrestle.
Moving on to the 170-pound class.
This Hayden Gellner, I'd have to assume, for Lincoln. Sophomore, 4-12 record. And he's going against Peyton Myers. He's an even 19-19 this year. Peyton is a junior.
Peyton, really good athlete. He's actually wrestling up a couple weight classes as well to make the lineup. So an undersized 170-pounder, but has the strength and quickness.
Yeah, looks like a strong kid.
Yeah.
And will throw people to their back.
What's his shoulder problem? Looks like he's got a harness on there.
I think that's from wrestling 170 and trying to do this all year.
Gellner looked like he was trying to lateral there maybe, but went right to his back.
Good bear hug there by Peyton.
Trying to get that reverse half sunk in. Gellner's in a tough spot there. He's doing a good job bridging, staying up his back.
Turn,
He's got pretty good hips.
Yep.
There's a little bit of strength.
Good. Fought out of it. Nice job. 5-0 our score. We're at 1 minute remaining, period 1.
Gellner's on bottom here. Myers on top here.
Kind of like Peyton Ragona. He's a very aggressive wrestler, maybe sometimes gets out of control.
Well, if you can pull it off.
Yeah.
He's got some unorthodox stuff he does.
Yeah, he's got the hips and the power to usually get out of trouble, though.
If it works once, you always think, why not try it again?
He's one of those kids where, as a coach, when you're coaching him, you're like, don't do that, and then he pulls it off, and you're like,
okay.
oh yeah, good job. Just like we practice. Just like we drew.
Been working with that.
Yeah.
The hips are so important in wrestling. I feel if you've got good hips, that's such a good, base for a foundation for everything else.
Gosh, those hips going.
Yep. A lot of the stuff I went back and redid with my kids club was just where your hips should be. Your belly button in wrestling should be pointing to the mat almost the whole time you're out there. You shouldn't be pulling people back on your back, Peyton.
Especially if they're heavier than you.
Yeah.
Good by Geller. He's doing a good job. Geller's going to end the first period. Gelner trails 5-0 as we end the first period. Get ready to go for this next one.
Gelner's on bottom. Nice little, wow. Reversal.
Part of the challenge with coaching Peyton when I was coaching at the high school level was just trying to get him to use wrestling moves. Those first 2 years he was there.
Yeah, he kind of looks like you're in the backyard and you said, hey, you want to wrestle?
Yeah. Yep.
We used to call them cowboy wrestlers.
Nothing wrong with it. He's doing all right. 7-1 our score. Minute 37 remaining second period. Mahomet leads 47-10.
Gelner gets to his feet. Nice mat return.
Gets to his feet again. He's fighting it off, I'll tell you. Good job. Turn on him.
He just needs to try and get his hips a little lower when he pops up to his feet so Myers can't get under him and lift him.
Got a lot of hair going on there, too. I don't know if you can see.
Myers choosing to go neutral. Probably tie up the arms again, look for a trip or a throw to the back.
Is 7-2? Is our score?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
The single there.
Ooh. Oh.
Gelner looked like he was going to try and roll him through the cradle there.
Yeah.
They're going to call him out. Mattoon and Triad finish up. Looks like Mattoon will be moving on to state. 42-30 over there.
Good for Mattoon.
Wow, nice lift.
Oh.
Gelner, use it.
Yeah, he's got some life. Myers looks a little stunned there by that lift.
Nice job, Gelner.
He's bringing his weight back a little bit. I think it might be a little too high here.
Yeah, he's around front a little. He should reset, try and get behind. He doesn't really have a pinning combination.
30 seconds.
Myers is... If he tries that power half on the far side, Myers can just swim out of it.
What? Both guys are flirting with terrible position, but
yeah,
gosh. Good battle by Gelner. Good job. 15 seconds remaining.
Got a lot of heart.
Two.
Like seeing that.
Yep. Trails 9-4. 5 seconds. That's going to be the end of the second period. They're going to pop up. Gelner trails 9-4. Mahomet-Seymour leads 47-10.
Gelner calls neutral. Trying to see if he can get a takedown here and maybe get some back points, get back in this match.
It seems like if he can get Myers snapped down and get Myers on his base, he could cradle him.
Turn. Get up.
Neck wrench by Myers, steps over and gets the double grapevine in.
Yeah,
and this is going to be
that's
another...
trouble. Double grapevine's trouble.
Yep.
I know whenever I've been in it, it was trouble.
I mean, that was a fun match to watch, I got to say. A lot of back and forth, a lot of heart from both guys.
Great match. Nice job, Gelner. Good battle.
I know the Railers have some good wrestlers coming up in these heavier weights, but this is probably the Bulldogs' strongest part of the lineup. We saw Seth Buchanan at heavyweight at the beginning, but 82, 95, and 220 are real strengths for the Bulldogs.
So I'm guessing this is Colton.
Yep.
Colton Crowley, a freshman, 31-14. Great record for a freshman. And he will be taking on his Nolan Yates. Nolan Yates was 12-9 this year.
And this was a fall in 335 in the meet in January. Yates, a lot of energy.
After it.
Yeah.
Heavy on the head.
But Crowley is very deliberate. Crowley controlling the center, though, even though it looks like Yates has the energy.
This kid's a freshman now. He's a big freshman.
Yes. His older brother, Hunter, is the all-time wins leader in Mahomet.
Really?
Two-time placer.
So it runs in the family.
Yes.
Danny Fulcher strutting across there.
I believe that Colton was an IHSA state place winner last year as well.
Tell you what, you're a freshman and you're wrestling up at varsity. That's a big deal, especially in these heavier weights.
Yes, at 182.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I think they thought that was maybe a little aggressive, going for the head.
Coach Dietrich would like to talk. Coach Lawrence up. He's got a little something to say.
I always like to take time during my broadcast because my wife is a Mahomet High School teacher to thank all the teachers and staff from both schools, Lincoln and Mahomet. They work.
Yep. My wife also a teacher.
Okay.
And my girlfriend. We got a lot in common here at this table.
We're all for the teachers. They need pay raises.
Yeah.
Yates still working hard there on that head.
He is working hard. Look at it. Good.
Little pit bull in there.
Yeah, I think for Crowley, as long as he just weathers this first period storm, he'll probably be all right.
Yeah.
We're 30 seconds out of bounds again. We're in period 1, and this has been a battle.
Seems like Crowley waits to shoot until they're on the edge a lot. I'd like to see him take a shot in the center of the mat.
Think that's strategic, or is he just?
I see a lot of kids do that. If they don't get it, then they hope for a push out or reset.
I think he's just too patient at times.
I think a hard snap down could be bad news here for Yates.
Well, good first period. Yates trails 1-0. We're heading to period 2 at the 182-pound class. 53-10, and Mahomet-Seymour leads as we start the second period.
I didn't see the choice. Was this Yates' neutral choice?
Didn't see it.
I'm assuming because Crowley is pretty good on top.
Giving him a battle.
I'll be interested to see if the Mahomet staff puts Crowley on top if he doesn't get a takedown here.
He's going to get one here.
Yeah.
He's got the arm trapped.
Nice little knee pick there.
3-0 Mahomet.
Still a minute 15 in this period, and with Crowley on top, I think the Bulldog staff feels pretty good about his positioning here.
Yates doing a good job fighting.
You heard it.
There he gets the half. But that elbow is slipping from Yates. Crowley can't quite get the leverage.
He's got that in tight, looking for the turn. About a little over 30 seconds left. He's a big, strong kid. Man, if he'd have got out here when he was a little bit younger.
Yeah, he is a good, strong
kid. He's done a good job.
And the key for Mateo is staying out of the upper body stuff. Gazzardo's powerful, has good hips.
And ready to go. Come on, JT.
Two strong kids here.
Gazzardo trails 2-0. We're at a minute 30, first period action.
Mateo with a great spiral.
Got the one leg hook. Oh, he got the reach.
Good turn. JT back to his feet. Nice job. Nice work.
Yeah, good hustle from these two.
Wow.
Close call.
Yeah.
Great pace early in this match.
Gazzardo making his final appearance here at Roy S. Anderson on the mat. He'd like to go home victorious.
JT working on bottom now.
Yeah, Mateo doing a great job of getting wrists, pressuring forward. Not letting Gazzardo get to his feet.
Got close there. Mateo did a good job getting that ankle, breaking him back down.
Mateo can get the leg in, but he can't really keep it in. I think if he could keep the leg in, he could ride a little while and burn off some clock, maybe tire Gazzardo out a little bit.
Got the left arm barred back there. Zara might be trying to scoot out of bounds here, get a reset in the middle.
Let's grab the edge of that mat, pull.
There, he'll get it.
And there we go.
2-0 right now. Mateo leads.
With 33 seconds remaining first period action. Good match.
Yeah, both wrestlers are active, always changing position. Gazzardo getting up to his feet. Mateo doing a good job of following him and getting him back down.
Some elevation there on the leg.
Good. Boy. They give him two?
They haven't put it up there yet. Yeah, they just did.
It looked like Gazzardo, this whole first period, has been doing a good job of staying in position. Might have got a little frustrated at being ridden this period and forced something and went to his back.
Gazzardo, one of our proud sponsors tonight, along with the Rockin' G Land and Cattle, Sheldon Tibbs and Mark Gordon complimenting that, Barrick Enterprises, Croft Fertilizer, and Gazzardo's Italian Village. I think we all head for steak there after this.
Sounds good. Lloyd, you buying? Thanks to Lloyd Kirby for running our camera for us tonight.
Gazzardo working hard. Lloyd does an excellent job. The silent man here. Except if he has your phone number, he's going to send you a few texts that probably aren't right. JT scoots out again right in front of us. Heads back to the middle. 1:45 remaining second period action.
Yep. 4-0. Casillas with the lead. Been tough on top so far.
Yeah, and he's been moving pretty well, or at least Gazzardo is giving him reason to move, so I don't see a stalling call here on top of Mateo. Finds the opportunity for the half.
JT's got a bridge. You got to move, get out of there. That's tight. It's close.
Mateo is losing his grip. I don't think
he's close. He's got to get his head out of there.
Pull out.
Mateo can scoop the head again.
Made a nice adjustment.
Problem. Minute 10 remaining second period action. Come on, JT, turn out of it. Oh, he's got a long time to fight. Long time to fight. We're under a minute. Come on, JT, hang on, turn out. There you go.
Nice job, JT.
I think you lose 3 there.
Yeah, it was pretty deep there by Casillas, so props to JT for getting off his back.
Nice job, JT. Trail 7-0.
Got to get his head up, get up to his base here, and do a stand-up or a sit or something, but he's got to get out of here.
Yeah, he needs to move that outside knee up and get his knees under his chest. Mateo.
Casillas running it again.
JT, an all-conference football player also, and a pretty good cook. There you go. Out of the way, twist to get out. There you go. Nice shot.
Nice mat return reversal there for JT, and he put some points on the board.
9-2 JT trails. JT Gazzardo.
14 seconds left. That was a pretty quick stalling. Mateo was, I thought, more of a tripod position, but they determined that Gazzardo wasn't trying to return Mateo.
13 seconds. Second period action. Good caught.
Way too high.
He whiffed on the cradle there. The opportunity was there, and he just missed it.
Well, some good sportsmanship there by Mateo. I don't think Gazzardo saw him for a minute, but man, it was a tough match.
Yep, tough match.
Like you said, Nick, I think he did whip on that cradle and just put him in horrible position after that. I mean, that's all or nothing.
JT, an excellent career out here at Lincoln. Football, wrestler, good kid.
Up next for the Bulldogs is Daniel Renshaw, who placed 5th this past weekend.
Yeah, tough kid.
The state tournament.
Junior, 39-14. The Railers, we got Austin Daniels coming out as senior, 12-23. I know he hasn't wrestled a long time, but loves the sport. He's had a real good time out here.
Good kid. 65-10. Mahomet-Seymour showing its strength tonight with the 220-pound match. Come on, Daniels.
Daniel Renshaw, also an honor student and a team captain.
And only a junior.
Yep, and he has not been wrestling long. 8th grade might have been his first year
Look
wrestling.
at the size of him.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah, when he came in as a freshman, I can't remember if he was 195 or 182, but the coaching staff was like, man, this guy's going to look like an underwear model someday.
Yeah, you got some big guys. I mean, you're heavier weights. He's got 2 deep underhooks.
Yeah.
Austin's fighting there towards the edge of the mat.
Come on, Austin. Get out.
Yeah, they recently did an all-decade team, the local Mahomet newspaper, and a lot of the wrestlers on that all-decade team were upper weights. So in the past decade, Mahomet's upper weights have definitely been the strength of their team.
Come on, Austin.
So Renshaw gets a leg in there.
Renshaw's best position is on top.
Yep. Making a nice move there.
Yeah, it's a tough spot there for Davis. Or Daniels, I'm sorry.
Accomplishment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if it was your whole career in high school, if you got to get to 40 in the season, that's something else.
Yeah.
Tough kid there. I tell you what, I got to congratulate the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs on a victory tonight, a trip to Bloomington this weekend for a shot at the state title. I think a sign of things that are going in the right direction here.
It's been fun. I tell you, Nick, I'm glad you popped on with us and helped out. And your name's kind of an oxymoron. What is that? Where's that come from, that name?
I think it's an English last name. Morphew. Yep.
Morphew. I like it.
Yeah.
I've never heard that name before.
No.
Not common, nope.
No, it's not. Yeah, you got an outstanding wrestling club over there. I'll tell you that. And good luck in that state tournament. Go get one.
Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate you letting me hop on. This
It was awesome.
fun.
Very nice to meet you.
meeting
Thanks for everything.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. You added some insight to us. We're not running you off. I think Coach's going to come talk here in a second, but whenever he gets here, do you want to give any shouts out to anybody out there, or thank yous, or Hayes? Or?
Yeah, no, thank you to WLCN. Thank you to Bulldog Teed me a lot in my amateur broadcasting career. Thanks to all the fans that are watching, and congratulations to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. Good wrestling team.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on with us.
Thanks again,
Have
Nick.
a good night, guys.
You too.
Marty, we're going to hang around a minute. The wrestlers have shaken hands. 71-10. Mahomet's going to be the winner. We still have a match going on right here behind us. I don't know the score in it.
We said the 3A school. 31-15, I would have to assume Lockport is winning. Lockport's a really good program. Edwardsville's good too, but I think Lockport's pretty tough.
Two big schools going at it over there.
2 big 3A schools, and unfortunately the winner runs into Montini, and that's not good news for either one of them.
No. I'd like to thank our sponsors again as we wait on Coach. Mark Gordon and Sheldon Tibbs out there at the Rockin' G Land and Cattle. They're over there in Middletown, Illinois. Very Enterprises out there. They're pushing product everywhere. Croft Fertilizer getting it done in the fields. And Gazzardo's Italian Villa. And I know we all like to go to Gazzardo's and get something to eat. I wish Nick would bring us something, but he's probably not going to. Lloyd Kirby ran that camera tonight. Nice work, Lloyd. You're a professional at it. You know what I mean? I think Coach Deacon's going to come down and talk to us here in a few minutes. He's got some kids running around. Bo Donahue running around. Coach Deacon's heading this way right now, chasing kids. He might want to be on. And he's going to join us now. Sitting in, Coach Deacon. Coach, tough evening tonight with Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs. Good wrestling program. But we want to congratulate you.
Happy as far as getting to this point. As a head coach, this has been a spot that I've wanted to get to since I took over the program. And so now, because that's something that we really haven't, I mean, you can't really mimic it. You just got to get to it, to experience it. And you can, like you see this Lockport-Edwardsville duel, how intense that is, and so it's good for us to get into this atmosphere and get the experience, and I hope we can just build from it.
Well, I think it's great to have it at home and let some of the Lincoln people see it. A lot of people don't know anything about wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely.
Team sectionals, nothing about it. We got it out there tonight, on YouTube. They can get out there and take a look and watch at it.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it will encourage kids to come out and parents to to get their kids out, because we were talking about earlier what a character builder it is. You learn a lot about yourself wrestling.
That's right. You learn a lot about yourself, even just going through a season.
Yeah.
Even if I always tell kids, I'm like, you go 0-20, but you stick out a full season with me, you're gonna find out a lot about
Life
yourself.
changer.
Yes.
Have a few new hairs on your chest after that season. And I got to say congrats again to you and the rest of the coaches. I mean, Floyd B was here forever. Coach Gardner came in, and then you took over. And I mean, the program had some down years. And I mean, to be where we're at today, I mean, it's a great testament to you, and I think the kids program. But I mean, you got to be happy with the way things are trending.
Yeah, no, and it's a completely. You guys know all the big players in the program as well. But it's a community, atmosphere, and like we've worked really hard to create that. We don't want it to feel youth program to the junior high program to the high school program. They're different programs. We're all going in different directions. This is one program. We're all working together. We're all working for the same thing. And there's a lot of people that have put time in to make tonight happen and to get us to where we are. It's fun to be a part of. To get to be a head coach at a high school that, we have really good administrative report, we have good school board report, support.
You got some pretty good assistant coaches.
I think it's pretty special that me and Jason and Sam, the three of us, have been.
Big deal.
That's pretty uncommon, really, in any sport. And so, the kids, when they come into the program, they know us pretty well by then. Normally, they're not meeting us for the first time when they're freshmen, unless they just haven't been around. But as long as they've been in the program, they know us, and we're all supportive of each other. And
you guys trust each other too. When you've been around each other for 7 years, you know what each other's capable of, strong points, weak points,
and so. It's good, and I want to say thank you guys for coming out and supporting us and giving us a little bit of exposure. And I hope we put on some exciting points tonight.
Oh, absolutely! This was excellent, and especially for a lot of people that have never been out to a wrestling meet at night and they learn something.
And hats off, like Mahomet. When I grew up, I remember, first getting into wrestling and walking in. This is back in the mid-'90s, and walking into Mahomet's mat room, and they would have all of their dual scores posted, and they would have the tombstones, and it would be like Mahomet Monticello 78-0, Mahomet Clinton 72-0. They're very intense over there. They've got a great wrestling community, and they've had it for. When I came in to wrestling in the 90s, people were talking about Mahomet over the last 15, 20 years at that time, and what they had done and the guys they were producing, and they've just continued to do it for so long. So it's a great opportunity for us to get right into it here and to put our feet to the fire. And I'm happy for our young guys that got to experience it, and I hope that they can build off of it.
Yeah, it was a great evening. I thought, the score didn't go our way, but all in all, I think it was nothing but beneficial to your program, and shows the success that you've been having and where this program's going.
Yeah, it's fun to be a part of it. When you look at Lockport and Edwardsville and how good they are, and it's like, man, here we are late in February wrestling on the same night that they are. That's something to be said, and so
let's hope it can continue. And again, I want to throw a shout out there to our sponsors again. Rock and G Land and Cattle, Sheldon Tibbs and Mark Gordon, Barrick Enterprises, Croft Fertilizer, and Gazzardo's Italian Villa. Go over there. And I don't know, I've been asking for Nick to bring us something, but he's not going.
I don't think any prime ribs are on their way over tonight. I'm sorry.
That's all right. About 10 minutes. Stop by there anytime. They'll get you in 10 minutes. That's what John always tells me. But anyway, congratulations, Coach.
Well, thank you, guys.
Season.
And again, thanks on the support from WLCN. You guys have been awesome. So I really appreciate it.
It was a fun evening.
Yeah.
So for Joe Ryan, Marty Ryan, Lloyd Kirby, and Coach Dietrich, we'd like to thank you guys for all listening. Missy, thank you. We got you out there a little bit, Missy. We showed you off with the blood.
She earned her paycheck tonight.
Yes, she did. We got you on film a little bit tonight. So thanks for joining us.